As a former point guard, obviously we have to talk about CP3 and what he's doing. I'm curious what you think him getting here finally, if he wins a championship, what you think it would mean for his legacy.
Well, I think what he has done throughout his career, I think that's already in stone. He's had a Hall of Fame career. He's been an incredible player. His journey, what is this, year 15 or 16, somewhere around there. What he's been able to do, that's done. I think this is more or less the icing on the cake. For him to have all of the struggles that's been well documented throughout his career as a smaller player, I'm a little biased to him because it's a tough road. And for him to be a lead guard, a traditional point guard in every sense, in every word of that, it's his journey has been a difficult one, whether it was cut short because of injuries, tough losses, whatever the case may have been. But to his credit, he has persevered. He's found a way, no matter how many times he's fell down, he gets back up.
Looking at these two teams, the Suns and the Bucks, who do you think needs this championship more right now? When you look at the window of time a team has to truly be great, would you consider the Suns or the Bucks to have a longer shelf life?
Well, I think the sentimental favorite is Chris Paul. His window of opportunity, he's 36. And at any moment now, any lead guard will tell you, and I'll share it here, you're just waiting on the wheels to fall off at that age. You don't know because, when you get to that age, these guys seem like they're getting faster and faster. Ja Morant and all of these guys when they come into the league. So I think Chris Paul's window of opportunity is closing, but give him credit. He looks great. He's moving great. He still has his handle. He's still as clever as ever. So he looks like now he's found the window, the window of youth. He looks like he can do this for another 3 or 4 years. But I think, experience has, teaches me or has taught me that, the older player probably needs it a little bit more, if you had to say. So I think the Phoenix Suns probably, their window because of Chris Paul's age is probably a little smaller right now.
The 93 finals, you were in Phoenix. What do you remember most about that series, and how would you compare the atmosphere back then to what we're seeing now in the Valley?
What I remember most about that finals, it's kind of silly, but I remember, the coaching staff trying to make shoot around to mess up Michael Jordan so he couldn't play 2 rounds of golf. That's what I remember most.
And that.
He was going to play, but they just played it to where he could only play earlier in the morning or late in the afternoon.
Oh,
so that's what I remember most, is that how was he going to play golf? He wasn't going to ride in the cart. He was going to walk and then have to play 40 minutes or whatever is necessary. So that's what I remember most, because back then the way the games were played, it was 2-3-2. Mm-hmm. So, but somehow, some way we won both games in the first 2 games of that series and eventually won the series. But that's what I remember most, is making sure that Michael wasn't able to play 2 rounds of golf before the game.
I love that. Recently, however, we're seeing dramas of some of the 90s come up. For several years, your time overlapped with Scottie Pippen's and Phil Jackson. Scottie Pippen, as you know, recently came out and had some comments about Phil Jackson. In your eyes, do you still see Phil Jackson as what he was to you back then? Has any of that changed at all?
Yeah, these guys, nothing will change with those guys. Mackenzie, I had the time of my life, and I never imagined a young kid from Detroit having an opportunity. I just wanted a chance. I was like every other kid. I played on the playgrounds and played wherever I could play. And there was this little spark that said maybe, and then to have an opportunity to do that, let alone win, let alone achieve. Come on, I got nothing to complain about. And so, it is what it is. I get it. I get people. I get what things happen in life. I'm old enough now to have a little experience. So, but again, I was just living out a dream, and to know these guys, to be friends with these guys, to still talk, and we could tell old war stories with each other. It's a time of my life. So I got nothing to complain about. And look, I'm still here. I'm still talking about it. It's kind of like the circus goes, and then you stay there long enough, it'll come right back to you. So here it is. I'm still talking about it.
I know. Hey, well, before we let you go, we have to put you on the spot. Give us your finals pick.
I think Phoenix. And I wasn't sure with the health of Giannis. I think if Giannis was 100% health, if he was 100% healthy, I think Milwaukee probably would have an advantage, because I don't think there's a player that the Phoenix Suns has currently on their roster that can match up with Giannis. Not anyone can match up with him, but in particular in this series. But I think Phoenix looks like the team that's playing with the sense of urgency that's necessary. And Chris Paul certainly is, I know this is an opportunity he's been waiting for a long time. Devin Booker, DeAndre Ayton, they look like a team right now with their depth, that they look like a team that's going to accomplish this. And, they got the first one in the books.
Hey, sports fans, if you want to watch more sports seriously, be sure to check out these clips right here. And make sure you're subscribed to the channel to see all the great content from us here at USA Today Sports.